Yo, all right, so we are back. I don't know what happened with the last live stream. I think there was an issue. The app was asking me to take a break or something. It was only a 30-minute live, and I still have thousands of photos to edit. So, again, welcome to the stream. Trying this again. If it's your first time here, I am Juan. I am one of the guys behind Prop Movie Money. We create the most realistic prop cash in Hollywood. You've probably seen our stacks in shows like Narcos, Ozark, Orange is the New Black, with films like Widows, Spider-Man Homecoming, Fast Nine, Army of the Dead, a bunch. And music videos ranging from artists like Cardi B to Lady Gaga, a bunch. But yeah, so we're doing an exclusive behind the scenes, kind of showing how I edit some of our product photos using Adobe Lightroom. These photos are basically for the website, for social media, marketing campaigns, you name it. Sometimes it's literally just a way for us to kind of get behind the camera again and take photos and videos because that's how we started the business from the beginning. We went to film school, so anytime we get to be behind the camera and shoot things, take photos, film, it's where we excel at. That's what we love doing. That's probably something we're gonna do forever. I speak for myself and wow, and our partners. Um, Anywho, so let's dive in. So all these images have already been imported into Lightroom. I normally have everything kind of labeled under the shoot type and shoot date, but for something like Prop Movie Money, we basically did a giant folder called Money Shots, and we've literally compiled thousands and thousands and thousands of photos that we've taken over the years into that one folder. And so I like to just work from that folder, and then anything new I imported, I downloaded into that hard drive, into that folder, make copies of course into other hard drives, and then I'll just update it into Lightroom. But you know, really kind of effective to just have I find it to have just one giant folder because there's photos here that otherwise I shot years ago, and I probably wouldn't look at them again if it wasn't for this, you know. So yeah, this kind of allows me to kind of go back, and it's a little time machine because I get to kind of remember. Oh yeah, I remember when I took these photos. Some of these might be like 6 years old, maybe more. Because I think actually no, probably 6 years old. Because before that, everything we shot was it's probably a Nikon, not a D90, but it was something else. And then the Canon 5D Mark II. So that was the camera of choice back then until we upgraded to the Panasonic, and then we did video with Blackmagic, Reds, and then yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We'll have another discussion about cameras another time. But anyway, back to this. So every time you import a photo, you can throw a LUT on it and it'll look dope. That's great, but that's not going to fix the image. You always want to make sure that you have the white balance set, you have the exposure, the contrast. This is, for example, this photo is obviously a high contrast image. We've got a lot of shadows and we have the brights right here, shadows. It's very sandwiched in. So it's going to be a very high contrast image. I'm okay with that because that's exactly what I was going for. What I will do though is try to fix the white balance to make sure, we get it right. And then I'm going to throw a LUT to kind of make sure it's solid. I'm gonna be a bird. So we, that's an interesting name. So I'm currently doing a behind the scenes of how we edit some of our product photos. If you like to stick around, you like that kind of stuff, definitely stick around, dude. That's what we're doing. All right, so I already color corrected. There's a slight subtle change. I don't know if you're gonna see it. You're probably not gonna see it there, but I see it. So, and then once it gets posted on social and stuff like that, you're gonna see it too. All right, so let's work on this exposure a little bit. Let's kind of bring up the let's bring it up because it's already a dark image as is. Um, in Lightroom, I like to keep things as even keel as possible. I don't like to get too fancy with it in Lightroom. I just like to make sure that the image quality is solid. And then from here, we'll take it into a different editing software or program and give it, more texture, whatever it is. It all really depends on what the end end result is that we want. Or is this going to go on Instagram? Is this going to go on a banner promoting a sale? Is it going to be doing I don't know, for print out flyers for every order or something like that? Like those things, we take into account and then we make a decision based on that, and that's when we get a little more creative with it. So here it's just subtle editing to make sure everything is balanced properly. And it's just kind of fine tuning, some of these exposure, contrast, highlight, shadows, whites, blacks. Um, and it all depends on the photo, because then sometimes we definitely will take it up a notch more and be a little bit more adventurous, if you will. Let's see. I think that's kind of it. And there's definitely no point in adding vignette in something like this unless I change. Oh, so this is the original aspect ratio. Definitely a lot wider, but we know this is probably going to end up on a story somewhere or something, because it's obviously a vertical shot. Actually, this could definitely be even an Instagram post or even a community post, depending on what it's going to be. But anyway, I think I might remove the overall crop and just kind of keep it as I shot it. I think it looks solid as is. So let's throw a LUT on it and call it a night. Damn, that looks awesome. So that definitely is more on the artistic side of it, because it gives it even more contrast than it already had. But I don't know that. Man, that looks awesome too. If I get to the point where I can't decide what the final look is going to be, I like to give the team. Yeah, this is probably the cleanest. I like to give the team options, so that way, they can kind of pick and choose. If maybe they were looking at the image and they're like thinking it could go one way or another, I can kind of influence, be like, hey, check out this other option that's in black and white that might look even better for whatever it is that we're gonna do. All right, so I think I might keep that one. Damn, that looks great too. That looks vibrant and still low key. This looks more film. This looks more 70s, 80s kind of. Yeah, no, this one. Okay, perfect. So we're gonna give it a 3 because that means I know I'm gonna use this and this is ready to export. It's clean. It is definitely more on the darker side, but you know what? It looks dope, man. It looks dope. Look at this super high quality image. This was probably, I don't even remember yeah. All right, that's awesome. Okay, so let's look for another one to edit. Okay, so let's do some new style stuff. Got some interesting ones here that have a lot of color, because I was just experimenting with some new light tubes that we had gotten for the studio. Which one of these looks better? So I was using, yeah, let's do this one. What is this, dude? Why does it look like that? Okay. So that is way too dark. I'm hoping we can salvage this image without ruining it, but we'll find out. Okay, so let's fix the white balance on that. Want to make sure the blue and, yeah, for this it was a blue and purple lighting. Let's crank up that exposure gently. And looking for noise to make sure it's not That'll ruin the image, basically. Okay. And then the aspect ratio, we're gonna keep it original because then we can do multiple things with this. I think this might even look, no, this probably looks better like that. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely a little noise there. The Panasonic GH5 at least isn't perfect in low lighting situations. What is? Oh man. Okay. Got a little overblown spot there amongst all this darkness. No worries. We're going to fix it. And then worst case scenario, I can also kind of brush this a little bit. Just to kind of tone it down a bit. Yo, okay. Never mind the mask. Okay. Let's have a little vignetting here, just subtle. Just like SRT. What do you mean? Check the title? Title of what? All right. So I think this is probably the best I can do for this image. I think it looks pretty fire. It looks like, I don't know, somebody in Stranger Things could be carrying around this bag. All right, so let's throw a lot on it and see where we end up. What is, wow, man. Damn, okay. So obviously we're dealing with a very dark image. So we're going to choose carefully because we want this to be a usable image. I like the shot. I was experimenting with Lightroom, so I didn't probably light it as best as I could have. But that's it. I'm not making any more excuses. This looks, we'll make this work. Worst case scenario, not worst case scenario, best case scenario, I don't use the light because it looks clean as is. I just sometimes like to be a little bit stylistic because Lightroom can be a little bit. Um, it, I don't know. I definitely I've used it for years, and I like it a lot. It's still going to be my platform of choice for culling and doing color correction, culling and color correction and culling on Lightroom. Rock. I'm cool with that. Yeah, this looks awesome. This looks like it could be part of a, I don't know, like a club scene or something like that. Let me see. Let me just try it out. So I like what it's doing to the blacks. So obviously there's still plenty of noise, but kind of gives it like a little bit of a sort of like milky shadow. Um, I feel like that always makes for an interesting dark shot. Let's see. Okay. All right. So yeah, I think we're done with this one. So it's basically these are a new series, $100 full prints. They're basically spilling out of the money bag. Let's give that a 3 and move on to the next. Okay, this one could be fun. Let's try this one. So let's go back to the original and let's keep the original aspect ratio. So this looks great off the bat. I don't need to do too much, but I do want to style it a little bit. So let's fix the white balance. Yeah, when I shot it, it was the white balance was definitely a little bit off. So it's good to use like a little color chart or something to kind of really make sure you're getting the right tones. So another high contrast image. That's definitely, I think, something more. Yeah, this looks great. Okay, bring it up to whites. And I don't want to crush the blacks like that. So we'll raise it up slightly. I don't think that does much. Um, okay, perfect. Yeah, the blacks are obviously gonna. Yeah, for a high contrast image like this, I mean, yeah, that's what's gonna happen. Okay, cool. So that looks great. I might add. There might be a LUT that I have for this specific one that I might want to use. That's just gonna, yeah. Let's take it down a notch. Perfect. Let's bring up the exposure a bit. Yeah, awesome. This is perfect. Another great shot. I mean, not perfect, but it was a fun shot. This was a fun shoot. Um, yeah, experimenting with tube lights again. I think, okay, so this is definitely, all right, no worries. We'll move on to the next photo. do this one. So there's a lot of issues with this one already off the bat, but we're going to do our best. I don't. So here we've got a duffel bag of money, money on the table, another duffel bag of money, another duffel bag of money, another duffel bag of money, and a prop shotgun. So let's see what we can do to this image to kind of fix it up a little bit. So let's do the white balance first. Zoom in, catch this right here. Okay, definitely overblown, but we're gonna rock with it. Yeah, color correction wise, that already looks better. Man, okay. Let's bring down the exposure a bit. Bring down the contrast. Bring down the highlights. Bring up the shadows. Need to zoom in for the white. Let's see. The subtle, and then the darks. Okay. Why did I do that? Okay. Yeah, it looks good. Let me zoom in. Some of these changes. It's a wide shot. I'm gonna have to zoom in to really see what some of these changes are doing to the photo. And then zoom out and see the overall image. Zoom into another area. Check to see how those same changes affect all the areas of the photo. Okay, yeah, I'm actually really liking this. Let me see what else we can do. Yeah, some vignetting just to keep the focus in the center. Slight shadow, perfect. So let's look at the original image, whack. Cleaning it up, looks so much better. And then to finalize it, definitely want to see what some of these will look like with the right lookup table. Oh man, that looks awesome. It's too much. I think we might have a winner. Oh man, something like this looks awesome. This looks like it's like a photograph of like a crime scene or something, like evidence photos. That's sick. Okay, so I think we're either gonna go with this LUT or that one. Original, option 1, option 2. I'm gonna go with option 2. Okay. Yeah, no, this photo's awesome. And I know, like, just to kind of get an idea of what it could look like if we were to do the aspect ratio for like a story. Oh man, that's clean, dude. That is super clean. I love that. But yeah, let's get the whole image intact. And you know what? What I will do, I will probably duplicate the image and then have that one already in the second aspect ratio, so that way it's ready for the team. We got two versions of the same image, but for totally different purposes, probably. All right, awesome. So that's like 2 or 3 photos down. Let's find another one to edit that I haven't done too much of yet. Let's see. I haven't done too much too yet. Ooh, let's see if this one's any good. Hmm. Okay, let's do this one. All right, so this is my handsome boy Finnegan. Finn, I'm a little pup. So we did a little photo shoot. I did a little photo shoot just because we had gone to Georgia. We were in Atlanta. We had a bunch of props and we had Finn, and we're like, why not do a cool little photo shoot in the Airbnb we were staying at? Um, so yeah, these came out awesome. This was totally. I didn't expect to kind of have this much fun with Finn, little cute boy. All right, let me see. I think we might change. Man, let's go with this one because you can actually see his eye in this one. I think he was like 6 months in this photo. All right, so let's keep. Let's go back to the import settings. This is the original photo as it was imported. Let's keep the original aspect ratio as well, so that way we give the team the option to do their own um, cutting afterwards. Okay, so the white balance. This needs some work. Um, that looks okay. Let me see if I can do something better. I don't know that I could do a better job than AI, but I can damn fucking try. Oh, okay. Um, that looks good. Let's bring up the exposure just a bit. Oh, dang it. Okay. What I want to do is kind of zoom. Oh man, I got the focus right at his ear, but I totally missed the nose. Okay, let me see if there's a better one. Come on, Finn. Ooh, okay, found it. So this is definitely. Let me put a 3 on this one already, so I can differentiate it from the rest of them. But this one is going to need some work. So let's get it back to the import settings. And go back to the original aspect ratio. Perfect. All right, white balance. Let's see what the audio auto does. It's not bad. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, awesome. Let's bring up the exposure a tad bit. We're going to bring up the contrast. Actually, no, I'm going to bring it down. I'm going to bring that contrast down for sure. I'll let the LUT add more style to it. Um, but I definitely want it to be a little bit more visible, the dark, like especially like the little shadow areas right beneath, right under Finn. Um, let's kind of try to bring that up a bit. Bring up the shadows, the whites. Okay. So yeah, we've definitely pushed a lot from the histogram from all the shadow side. We're definitely bringing them over. So that's dope. Let's add a subtle vignette. Even though this photo already technically has some vignetting based on the lighting, so I don't know that this is gonna do much except just kind of close in a little bit more focus on Finn. Oh, looks like we're coming up to the 30-minute mark. I think YouTube Live does have some kind of a break reminder. So I'm going to try to see to make sure that I do it correctly this time because the last video we got bumped off. Okay, so let's check out some presets here. See what they're going to look like. All of these are way too much, coming in hot. Um, that looks pretty fire. That could be a fun one. Okay, perfect. We passed the 30-minute mark and still no issues, so that's good. Alrighty. Let's figure out which of these we're gonna end up keeping. Mm-hmm. Some of these loads are ridiculous, man. That's wild. And some of these are very similar. Okay. I think one of these might do. Um, I think I'm gonna go back to this one here. This one. I like it. I like it. I feel like it gives it a super cinematic look. What I am gonna do is I'm gonna tone it down just a little bit, man, because you're loud with the blues. But it's good. Bring up the shadows just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Perfect. Easy Finn, Easy FN. What's up, man? Or what's up? Hi. Thanks for checking out the live. Appreciate it. So, since you're new, we're basically just editing a bunch of prop money photos we've had stored for years. So, get into it, get into it. All right, so this photo's ready. This is the original. Oh, that's not the original. That is the original. That looks terrible. That looks better. Awesome. Awesome. All right, so let's work on another image. We got I don't know if I want to do this one. I don't know how crazy I am about these photos, but let's try them out. All right, so go back to the original aspect ratio. And we are going to undo any color correction. So, yeah, this is so dark, man. Okay, so these are customs that we did for Cardi B and Megan the Stallion. This is for, I think it was the VMAs. They performed the WAP song. Yeah, this was 2001. Um, what does that say? Barty Gang. So these were super cool to design. This was a process too because we had to wait for approval from their team. And they were actually pretty involved in the process because they were the ones that gave the final say on the design. But these are, man, these came out awesome. The photo I don't think does them justice, but that's what we're gonna try to fix. All right. So first things first, let's fix that white balance. Let me see something. Sometimes it's probably better. Yeah, it's definitely way better to zoom and then go based off of that. Okay, so let's go here. We got the white balance. Let's work on that exposure. Exposure, I definitely need to see the whole image there. And let's definitely bring down the contrast because these stacks got totally lost here. Let's move around the photo, see how that affects. Man, I don't know why we got these weird lines. Oh, no, that's actually part of the print. Okay, man, I hate that because it looks. Yeah, so this is something we'll probably take into Photoshop to try to fix these things. But basically, this is the outline of a small. Because if you notice, the bill has like these little, I don't know, blotches of paint, I guess, or something. So we have this little blotch here, similar to this one, and then since it's right on the edge, it got it. So it's yeah, okay. So that's something we can fix on a totally different platform. Let's fix the shadows here. Let me zoom in for this. I mean, I already know we're bringing up the shadows, but let's just check. Let's bring up the whites. Brought up the whites, brought up the blacks. Add a little bit of texture or remove texture. I might be okay with, well, that's too much. It's a dance trying to get this balance. Okay, so that looks great. I think I want to add a little more vignetting. What? What? Okay. Yeah, of course. Of course, the vignette's not going to be noticeable at all in this literally black black background. What I might do, this might be something that the team does. So this might get totally cut out and then placed on a totally different background. I don't know why this was shot so dark, but we got a couple other photos. Not all of them are going to be bangers, as much as I'd love them to be. Sorry about that. That was crazy. Those are the LUTs. Okay, so let's figure out a good LUT for this one and move on. Might not have a LUT because this is. Nah. Actually, I think this looks pretty awesome. That definitely helps the image even more. It's just definitely way too blue, but that's something we can fix up here. Okay. So let's tone down the blue just a bit. Yeah, it looks awesome. Okay, so let's see the before. Yeah, that looks so much better. Cool. Alrighty, so we've got this one. Looks super clean. Let's give this one a 3. That's not simple. Okay, so we've got, these are our 1980s builds. They are they're basically these builds are kind of awesome because they actually spanned a couple of decades. These were pretty much the same designs in the 60s. We just call them 1980s because they were far more prevalent. Felt like there were some iconic 80s movies that just have, you know, bank heists or whatever. I always remember like RoboCop 1, the scene with Red Foreman where they're in the truck and there's like bins of money that I think are falling out, and then man, what was, damn, I forgot the actor that plays RoboCop. I forgot his name, but this was prior to becoming RoboCop. But these bills always kind of remind me of that era. So we called it the 80s, 1980 series. Okay, so this one's pretty simple. I think this one's gonna be solid. And man, look at that texture. That is, it's crisp. Sorry, just admiring our work. Okay. Yeah, man, that looks awesome. Okay, so that's the aspect ratios it was shot at, so that's perfect. I don't know. Let me see what it could look like if it was um, 16, 16 by 9. Not much difference. Nah, let's keep it as is. Alrighty, now we're gonna add a little vignetting. Call it a just subtle, because this one I don't want to take too much off the band. All right, perfect. And then I definitely believe we're gonna find a great lookup table for this. Yeah, let me try what this is gonna look like. Nope. This is probably my favorite part of editing images, is like once the color correction is done, which is the part that took me a while longer to learn. Then it's just kind of trying to figure out what the vibe or style we want. I think this looks amazing. Um, so, nope, not that one. So this is the before, this is the after. Man, I don't know if this camera does justice. Does it justice? I might just try recording the screen next time. But I did this because I wanted to show off the stacks. Anyway, yeah, this is awesome. Cool. So let's give it a 3, and let's move on. Move on. Oh, this is gonna be perfect. Okay, so this is cool. Here we have. No, let's do this one. Let's. I'm gonna need a couple things aside from color correction. No. Why did that get cut off? Let's go with this one. All right, we're gonna keep it as it was shot. Even though the 16:9 on this is gonna look fresh. But I think I am going to keep it 16:9. The only thing is I am gonna bring down the corners to try to bring in a little bit more centered. Particularly, actually, no, it's too busy. So something definitely try to focus on with images is like the balance of the image. This is okay. It's probably the closest I'm gonna get to being happy with this. What happened is I shot it way too close. I should have given it a little bit more breathing room. Okay. Yeah, I think that's perfect. All right, so we're gonna keep it 16:9. This is probably gonna make a great thumbnail at some point, so we might do that. That's the other thing, is just kind of some of these photos just get taken because we like to take photos, not because we necessarily are planning a specific thing. But product photography, honestly, doing all this for Pro Movie money. When I originally just wanted to make movies, there's something about product photography that I found I love, and I could keep doing it, not just for Pro Movie money, but for plenty of other products. Okay, so we've got this. I'm bringing up the exposure. Contrast, I might keep it a little low because it's obviously already a high contrast image, which is definitely something we do a lot of. I mean, even our logo on our marketing materials, it just kind of plays out that way. Lights and darks. Okay, so that looks awesome. Original, color corrected, color balanced. It's definitely still going to be more heavy in the darker area, but that's okay because that is exactly what I wanted with this. And then this was shot using tiles that we had, and this has like this really awesome texture to it, and I felt like it really, man, with the lighting that we had kind of coming in from the corner, and then I had a smaller lamp just kind of giving the items the light, the key light. Yeah, this I love how this texture looks. It's probably one of my favorite backdrops to use for product photography. Okay, so we're good with this. We are going to see if we can get a LUT to cook this up, make it a little bit more. Let's take it to that next level. So let's try this. That looks good. That looks good too. No. Again, it's just trying to keep it not like give it some style, but I don't want it to be too much. At least coming out of Lightroom, because we still have plenty of other programs to use to kind of really ramp those up. The style of it. I think I like this. This looks great. I might even tone down just a smidge on this. It's, might be up or down. Let me see. Yeah, we'll bring it up just a little bit. Okay, 0.50 is perfect. So that is the original. It's nice. Color corrected, crisp, clean. I love it. Let's give this 3 stars. Oh, this might be kind of cool. Let me see if this. So this is a little stop motion that we kind of were working on. I will definitely have to color correct these, but yeah, that'd be a fun little GIF. Another one. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Okay, cool. Another one. Oh man. Okay, we on it. We on it. Let's do another dark one because there's plenty of those, and those are gonna be a pain in the butt. But if I know you guys are watching this, yeah, that's gonna motivate me more to make sure we give you guys a good behind the scenes. Yo, Zach, what's up? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. All right, so first things first, we're going to color correct. So let's excuse me. Let's set up the white balance first. That might be, yeah, that's good. If it's not that, then it's gonna be this. Yeah. Let's try this. Man, it's so subtle, but so not subtle at the same time. I don't know if that makes sense. Unless you color correct. Then you might get it. So I was basing the color, I think, off of this. No, it wasn't. What the heck? What the freak? That's good. All right, let's do that. All right, we're gonna bring up the exposure. We're gonna bring down the contrast because we need to tone it down a little bit. All right, so we got the highlights. We're gonna bring up them shadows. Definitely gonna push the whites here. Gotta bring up the blacks. Add some texture to it. This is just like cooking, honestly. You just want to make sure everything's the right temperature before you play. Yeah, definitely gonna have to add some texture on this. Okay, that looks good. And then I don't think. Let me just see what vignetting looks like in this. totally unnecessary. Okay, yeah, man. I think this looks awesome. Let me go. Oh man, I hate when I miss this. Okay, so this is how it was shot. This is definitely gonna get cropped or cloned out. I'm not crazy about the framing on this, but let me just see what it could look like if we did a 1-1 on something like this. No, that gets messed up. Dang, that's a bummer. Okay, so 1-1's not gonna look good on this. Let's do a 4-3. That might look definitely a lot better. Um, hmm, man, this is some amateur framing, but that's okay. Actually, I might keep it like this. Might bring it down just light. Yeah, I think I might do something like that. No, let's just keep it original. Jeez. And then we'll wait on that decision afterwards. At least it's color balanced. And then now let's add some more style to it. It's gonna be definitely a harder one just because it is a dark image. Um, Usually might just leave it like this, and then we can always sauce it up in the in a different platform once we kind of figure out exactly where it's going to land. Is this going to be I don't know, poster? Is it going to be a greeting card or something? Thank you card? I don't know. We'll see. Probably for the website actually. Um, Even an email. But yeah, this is our new style $100 footprint. It's the same one right here. Uh, this is not a footprint actually. This is the blank filler. But you didn't know that because that's how props and prop movie money works. These are all blanks. They look like footprints. Magic. Anyway, okay. So this one's done. Let's give it a 3. We're gonna move on to the next one. Oh, this is here we have another time lapse that is gonna be a gift soon, but this one's kind of fun. It's just stacks and disappearing. I think at some point when I was taking this, I noticed here. I noticed I had left the light tripod thing. There was like a thing sticking out. You can barely see it there, but you see it there. And then I noticed it, thankfully, but I didn't notice it in time. That was the time to notice it right there. You see a little tiny dot. Anyway, we gonna get away with it. I can try to always clone that out once we take it out into Photoshop. It's usually the next step. And then what I normally do is I'll press on 3. Oh, geez. That is not what I meant to do. Let me see. So then I'll filter by 3 stars. That's what I was gonna do. And then from here, I know these are ready to export. Once they've been exported, I tend to give them a 5. If they're a 4, then they're still probably, actually, no, sorry. The 3 is double check. Once they're ready for export, I give them 4 stars. Once they've been exported, I give them 5 stars. I don't know if this is the best way to do it. This is just how for some reason, I decided to do it like this, and then that's just what I did. And that's what I do. I do what I did, and I did what I do. That was dumb. Okay, so these are, oh, man, I'm looking for a new photo. But obviously I'm not gonna find it in the 3 because those are still, okay. So let's do one that's maybe a little brighter. That'd be great. Um, oh, one of these would be awesome because these I had some issues with at some point. I think it was more framing than anything. But that, I mean, that you can't really fix in post. Yeah, there's a lot of low key lighting in a lot of my work. So finding a bright photo might be a little harder than I kind of expected, I guess. Let me see. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do one of these. Let's do this one. Okay. So here we've got. All right, perfect. It's already set up. This has It's already set up as, yep, exactly, import settings. So this is a little photo we did. This was a collab we did with Iconic, the canvas company. They rock. They have a bunch of super cool canvases. Highly recommend them. Check them out. But anyway, so we knew we wanted to take. This is more BTS shot, but I still want to edit it because BTS shots look great, man. Look at these lightings, the little, look at these lightings. Look at this lighting, the way we set it up. Put some gels on them, for specific gels, because we wanted it to kind of stand out a little bit more in the actual photo. I don't remember